When I was in college at the UW-Platteville, University State College, I was in sports and I was competing and I was having a great time. And after the third semester, I found myself with a grade point on final probation, 1.66. And the United States Army, and that's 1970, said they had a better plan. And I was drafted. I realized if I'm going to Vietnam, I want to go with a group that takes it seriously. Not that the Army didn't, but and I enlisted, and I spent a year of hard training to get in the Marine Corps' Special Forces, which was Force Recon, and which has now become the Marine Raiders. A phenomenal group of men that love this country, and I don't even know where to begin with that. It's kind of lost for words as to what they brought into my life and what I, in turn, gave to them in serving this great country. So when I got out and finally made it to the University of Wisconsin for a graduate school in sports medicine, athletic training, a guy by the name of Gordy Starr, the head trainer at the University of Wisconsin, he believed in me as an athlete coming into the graduate school. I had the privilege of being the head trainer for the UW wrestling team after nobody wanted it. I walked by there every day and thinking, man, what a great group of guys. Tough. I think of Leroy Kemp, Andy Ryan, Russ Hellickson, Jimmy Reinwan. The list goes on. And they became family. Dr. Gersoff, he did his fellowship with us for a year back in 1985. And he called me shortly after that, within a year, and said, you need to come out and start a sports medicine program here for the University of Colorado. It wasn't a popular idea at first, but we made the move and joined the University of Colorado, started the sports medicine program there, and that was in '88. So after 7 years with the CU, I then started with a DPS because a gentleman by the name of Herb Moskowitz, who was our superintendent at the point, said, hey, we need to have you alone, just with us. And that's how it started. However, there's, besides Dr. Gersoff getting this started, there's three other critical men that were responsible for that. One is Rob Conklin, and he was key, along with Len Williams and Fred Applewhite, in my interview with them as to what it would mean for me to be the trainer, sports medicine, and a full-time teacher in the Denver Public Schools. I had a phenomenal school called CEC Middle College, and that was Career Education Center. A high school, it was my career there for 20 plus years. There wasn't a day that I didn't absolutely enjoy coming into the classroom. The high school level is very special, and it's our chance as athletic trainers and coaches to take these young men and women that are easily influenced by the world outside and develop their character. And then to have CHSAA come along with me in those early years to say, hey, would you start covering some state events? And that's when I joined this special family here at CHSAA, which is just that. They're a unique group of, talk about dedicated, committed people who love kids. I knew I was in the right place. Dr. Andy Motes was really the guy that worked with me for 20 plus years covering the CHSAA events, but particularly state wrestling, state basketball, and other events as we needed him. I got involved in with USA Wrestling and made a lot of world championship, many trips with them. 2008 in Beijing, and you're selected every time. This isn't just an automatic piece. I'll be honest with you. You work hard to get there. And then in 2012, which was in London, which in my opinion was the best Olympics. So, I mean, the Olympics is the Olympics. As you go there, it is incredible, of course. The energy, the expectations. I mean, it's life-changing for everybody that's on that you're working with. I've been blessed to do 4 of them, and on these trips with the training that's involved. I mean, when you have an Olympic year, you're traveling, you're working, because you're bringing that team together and become a real tight unit. But that's a heck of a sacrifice for the family. And to my wife's credit, she has been with me. As you met Mary Lee, and we're gonna, so God willing, 50 years next year. and she was working full-time as an RN, raising our kids. And Jake and Markel, hanging in there with me. There's a lot of hours away from home. And my son has 3 grandkids, both Alder and Maple, that are 12, 10, and 7. And I'm a biased grandfather, the best of the best. They don't come any better than those 3. I think for me, as I look back at it, reflect at 74 years old, truly I see it's just God's hand in it every step of the way, His grace to have put me there, and to have the privilege and honor of working with some of the best athletes, some of the best coaches. When I got the call, I had tears. It was that meaningful.